Howdy, hi, and hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of C&C Talks. You're going to hear my dog jingle in here because she doesn't listen. Give me that collar. Oh. Yeah. Get, go.
Stop rubbing on a piece of paper.
She's an asshole. Anyway, as usual, we are your hosts. I am Cody. I almost said I am Noah.
And I am Noah, a.k.a. Cody.
Yeah.
We are doing another D&D randomizer.
I love these so much.
I do too. They will never get old, in my opinion. So, as usual, roll a die for race, class, and background. We can change up the background thing where we each have a different one, or we can just stay the same. Don't really care. But, first one, let's do class. We're doing Warlock.
Oh
boy.
This is new to me.
Then we're doing race.
First, we were doing getting a new pen that works.
We're still not going to use the Spelljammer shit. We are doing, kobolds.
Again?
Cobalt. No, that was Furbog. This is the partial...
Dragon worshippers?
Mm-hmm. All right. We are doing the Urban Bounty Hunter.
Do we have a description of?
So, as an Urban Bounty Hunter, your life has already had full of conflicts and almost excitements. Just because you've made a living tracking down the people for the pay, and these characteristics you were emerged before you became an adventurer. Unlike some of the people who do collect the bounties, that's why you're not the savage those who follows either the quarry into or else via the wilderness. You're basically involved in the lucrative trade and almost in the place wherever you stayed to live.
Oh, okay.
Doug the Bounty Hunter, pretty much.
Like, you have to use that as a name. Doug the Bounty Hunter. I'll do Dawn the Bounty Hunter. Oh, Dawn. Isn't that his wife's name?
I have no idea.
I can't remember.
So, Kobold, Warlock, Urban Bounty Hunter. Let's fuck it up.
All right, let's do this. We're going to go ahead and pause real quick, get these wrote up, and then we will be right back.
Who wants to go first?
You go ahead and go first. I went first last time.
That is true. My name is Fardus. He is Kobold, obviously. Warlock of the Fathomless.
Okay.
Which is the sea or like Kraken-based page.
Okay.
Stats are...
Davy Jones. I just realized.
Stats are strength at 10, dexterity at 16, constitution at 15, intelligence 14, wisdom 8, charisma 16. Skills are deception, history, insight, persuasion, and survival. Now, what I'm most excited is about his Eldritch Invocation, which they work kind of well with what he has done in the past. So first is Devil Sight. He can see through normal darkness, both magical and non-magical, to a distance of 120 feet. Eyes of the Rune Keeper. He can read all writing. Ghostly Gaze. Once per short rest. As an action, you gain the ability to see through solid objects with dark vision to a range of 30 feet for 1 minute. Investment of the Chain Master. He has the Pact of the Chain, where he gains a familiar. Yeah. And then lastly is Gift of the Depth. I can breathe underwater, and I gain a swimming speed equal to my walking speed. And I can cast water breathing without expending a spell slot.
Okay. Give me that backstory, boy.
All right.
Give me that backstory.
Normal kobold life growing up, expected to die at a young age, and that's it. But once on the ocean to travel to their next home, after sneaking onto their boat, their ship was attacked by a kraken, knowing fully well that no one would survive and just accepting it. But was then woken up on the beach with a bunch of shipwreck shrapnel. Seeing that he was still alive, began a new life for him, along with a new symbol on his hand. Feeling a power inside of him, decided to wave his hands around, causing tentacles to come out from the water and move in the directions of his hand. After many years of traveling the seas, getting as much money and gaining more powerful, he became one of the most dangerous smugglers / bounty hunters, using his familiar to find his prey throughout the city to get his pay, and then deceiving his way to get his way. He now takes almost full control over the seas. My guy is going to be evil.
Okay.
Probably more lawful evil.
Mine is pretty much neutral evil. My character's name is Golnir. Golnir has, you gave the numbers, I'm just going to do the modifiers real quick. +3 strength, -1 in dex, +2 constitution, +1 intelligence, +0 wisdom, +4 charisma. His skills are deception, intimidation, performance.
Persuasion?
Persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
My brain looked at that and I was like, that one right there. And religion.
Okay.
Yeah. So, the reason it's religion, first off, he is, what did you call it? The patron, right?
Yeah.
His patron is Deo, the earth genie. The reason for that is when he's bounty hunting, mold earth create like a trap, basically. Yep. There's a lot of spells towards that for control, basically, for that, and defense. He does have ghostly gaze, same as your character. I had more, but tomb of I'm gonna say this wrong, Levistus.
Okay.
So he can encase himself in ice, basically gaining 100 temporary hit points. Can't move, but for some reason they're not popping up, but I had like a few more. So tomb, grasp of Hadar. So whenever I do damage with an Eldritch Blast, it moves it 10 feet closer to me. Dreadful word. So it basically casts confusion using a spell slot. Eldritch Mind. So it's just on concentration for like holding and being able to hold people. I also did Pact of the Chain. So he is going to have a familiar that also will help him seek out, track, all that stuff. Resistance to bludgeoning damage. I think that's all that really matters. For the backstory, he grew up having an average life, though his obsession with dragons drove him to basically become a fanatic. Okay? Like sick in the head. So even though this was a time of peace, he kept his beliefs to himself, but whenever he came into working age, he chose a bounty hunter. Now, on the surface, he was known as the worst bounty hunter. Terrible. He, to date, has 0 captures, 0 rewards collected.
I feel like I know where you're going.
But in reality, he has tons of captures and collected. But instead of turning them in and collecting money, he used to hunt down the prey and then would use them as sacrificial offerings to the dragons that he worshipped so much. And that's basically where he's at.
I thought you were going to go toward he eats them and then does something else with his patron.
He probably eats a little bit, but
just a little bit.
It's mainly just sacrificial offerings to. I was gonna say something about he was near a port, and there was this one time he captured a bunch of children from some scout troop. Do you know what I'm talking about? From NADPOD.
God damn it.
That's what gave me the idea. I was like, oh, those kids were being offered up as like sacrifices to the dragon, like to the gods, basically, that they believed in, which were dragons, because obviously kobolds worship dragons. But I was like, I did that, and then I did a twist to it because of magic. Because magic, I finally listened to the whole lore of magic the other day, start to finish. I didn't realize Vishinos and stuff like that, like the magic cards.
Yeah.
When there was a giant war, like, towards the beginning of time, and, like, Ugin, Nicol Bolas, Chromium, like, all of those big dragon cards, they were fighting, and they won. So they basically took all the wings from all the other lizard-like creatures and sent them to, basically, the ground. And that's where those races came from. They were basically losers in a war. I was like, that's where the worshipping of the dragons came in. Because he had... So I thought along the lines, if we had more time into this, obviously, and if I could kind of bounce off ideas and get like a DM's perspective on it, I was thinking of him thinking Deo was a dragon spirit, because Deo gives him the power of flight. like his ancestors would have had before the dragons took his wings, or their wings.
Damn.
So he gets the power of flight, I think 4 or 5 times a day or something for a short amount of time. So he'd be like, wow, like I'm offering up these sacrifices to this god, like these dragon gods, and I'm getting my flight back. Like, I need to get more.
I need to kill more.
Yeah. Well, that's the crazy thing. I would have to do more research into it, but I wonder how they perform, like, sacrifices and stuff. I don't know if they murder them straight up or...
So, I don't know if you know this, but there are chances that kobolds get wings, even without being... You said that they were put onto the ground just to be on the ground.
Well, that was in Magic's story.
Well, no, this is just in D&D lore.
Oh, okay.
So there are rare occasions that kobolds gain wings when they were born, but it's very, very rare.
That's nuts.
I thought about it, but I knew that it wouldn't be right for kobold, in my opinion.
That's what, like, for this one, I was like, for him to get pseudo wings from Deo, like, from his genie, like, I was like, that's perfect. But like I said, for the story's sake, normally I would say, like, in a campaign setting, I'd be like, is it okay if we just say that he thinks it's a dragon, but it's really a genie?
I wouldn't give a fuck. I would love it either way.
I think it would be dope.
Yeah.
Really, as a character idea.
Yeah, that's really it.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, obviously a shorter episode for everybody else, but we sat here for quite a while figuring this stuff out.
20 minutes or so.
Yeah, not bad, but you want to go ahead and do your thing.
Adios, goodbye, and see you later.
Hey, there you go.
Hey, there we go. Thank you for listening to Creatures Talks, or C&C Talks.
C&C Talks.
Yep, that one. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, maybe.
By the time this comes out, if there's not a Twitter, I'm going to make one.
Okay.
So, also, check out my new merch company. It is now official. It'll be Killer Mimic Merch. We'll be having some products come out. Should be coming out by the time this airs. Just got to get some last couple things
a little bit more details.
Just like no, not detailed. Just more like government stuff.
Well, yeah.
That I have to get set up. But a couple of those, and then we'll be good. We have Creatures and Cantrip shirts that are through Mimic Merch, but we're selling them through the podcast, obviously. So it's kind of like a separate thing. But yeah, definitely check it out. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you guys listening, supporting. If you guys have any questions, comments, anything, let us know. We will be more than willing to go after anything that you guys have to say and see if we can,
follow it.
Well, not just follow it, but like answer questions or whatever. Like we'll do our best, whatever we can do. So, all right.
All the social medias at Creatures and Cantrips, at Killer Mimic Merch. Like, share, comment, subscribe, rate us 5 stars, please. Please, it helps us very much.
So much. All right, you good?
Yep.
All right, sounds good. Thank you guys again.
Before I let you all go, I'm going to talk about a quick sponsor, Open Arms Pharmacy. They are a candy store that have freeze-dried candy, fruit, and their own line of soda. They have 5 different flavors of soda, which is strawberry, vanilla, black cherry, their own version of Coke, and blue raspberry. And if you're not a fan of soda, they have their own freeze-dried candy and fruit, which can array from Skittles, Starburst, Sour Patch Kids, Honey Buns, Zebra Cakes, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, and so much more. If you are interested in buying from them, you can find them on Etsy.com/OpenArmsPharmacy. That's OpenArmsPharmacy. Tell them that C&C sent you. Thank you all for listening. Now, to the outro.